only mode.
Hey
Hey
guys,
everyone. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, Ori. I was just gonna say we're on here.
Yeah, all right. It was like one of those. My little brother taught me a thing. He kind of, well, when I say he taught me, he said it, and then I kind of picked it up. Always tap on the microphone. Hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Yeah, I can tell this thing's on because I see you in the back of the room trying to leave. And with my jokes, yeah, you guys know my jokes. But hey, everyone, welcome. Man, I appreciate y'all being here on a Thursday afternoon. I don't know about if you're as big of a business geek as I am, but there is nothing that I would rather be doing than getting the latest and greatest info of what actually works. Sadly, there is an overabundance of information that I'm constantly barraged with. Like, I don't even check my email anymore because I get so many, oh, free webinar today, check out this course. Everyone's like, because I know and I'm friends with everyone gives me access to their courses for free a lot of times, and I don't even have time to even start looking through those. Even though, you look at all the sales pages and it's like, yeah, make this much, make that much, get this higher conversion. It it doesn't matter anymore. Like, my business is working great, but I've been, for any of you that have been following me on Facebook, I've been uber passionate about uh, my art. I mean, I don't get to go to sleep until I've done a charcoal drawing for the day, and that's regardless of whether I've done a painting or a sculpture already. So it's just a lot of time. And being a marketer, I've learned, thankfully I succeeded in marketing before I succeeded in art. I've learned that you can make money at anything. And thankfully, these guys, John and Kyle, actually figured out how to do that, because the one thing that's missing from a lot of businesses is just marketing. And well, Facebook used to be just I mean, if you've seen the social media movie or what the social network movie, then yeah, it was originally just a thing for like spying on your ex-girlfriends in colleges and stuff like that. But it's really grown into so much more, and now it's what the it would be the fourth largest country in the world if it was a country. It's got over 1 billion people on it, and now what's even better is Facebook, unlike MySpace and its other predecessors, is smart. They've made tons of money, and they keep making really smart decisions. So they've merged with some of the largest ad and data mining companies in the world. So yeah, you keep hearing people bitching and moaning about their privacy and this and that, but all that stuff that they know about you is awesome, because now you can buy ads and you can get in front of the exact people that you want to get in front of like never before. And it's dirt cheap. It's cheaper. I mean, if you have my Make Selling Websites Easy course, you know how we make fun of people who spend money on Yellow Pages ads? Well, this is way cheaper than Yellow Pages ad and uber targeted. And with that said, so these guys, John and Kyle, are freaking awesome. Not only do they know their stuff, but they're fun. They're nice people. Like, we actually had a great time hanging out in Iowa. Michael Taggart, some of you know him as Michael X, had his wedding, and we were all invited, and we had a cool mastermind beforehand. And I'd heard of these guys before, but they're kind of like a thing of legend, and it was cool seeing that you guys are real, like, because the things I heard were, you guys, I do a lot of business with Perry Belcher and Ryan Dice, and you guys obviously have done a lot of work with them too. And so I heard about you. We have a lot of friends in common, which is obviously why we're hanging out there. And but so these guys actually took a product that was doing with a good marketer, with a good team of marketers, 300 units a day, or sorry, it was a month, and brought up to 32,000 units of sales a month in 4 months. I mean, I always say there's there's four kinds of people in this world: those that can do math and those who can't. So I can't figure out exactly what percentage that is, but I know that if I was doing 300 in a month, I'd be pretty happy. But if I could move that to 32,000, oh my God! I mean, you talk about life changing. And the cool thing, you don't even have to do this for your own self. You can go take some homeless person on the street, sign them up for a ClickBank account, and go, make them a millionaire or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But these guys have a tool. So I don't mean to hog the microphone. I just so here I'll let you guys get at it. John, Kyle, have at it.
John, you want to start?
Yeah, man. Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks, Ori. We appreciate it. We had a good time hanging out, and Ori's become a pretty good friend, and we're excited to do this call for you guys. We're live, so this is a live webinar. This isn't recorded, and we'll get right into it. Kyle, I'll introduce you in a second. Can you throw the screen to me? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Awesome. I got it. Okay, guys, real quick also, if you can do me a favor and just, if at any time, it is not, Kyle and I are not real techie, and this is maybe the third webinar that we've done. So if it is not a matter of if we're going to have some sort of technical problem, it is just when. So it is a fact. So when that happens, just kind of type in and let us know, like if the sound goes out or you can't hear me or something like that, so that we make sure to get on task, because sometimes on these things you're talking to no one and you don't really know if anybody can hear you or not. So, all right, cool. Well, let's get into it. This is Facebook Traffic Jam. So how to make $2,500 a day on Facebook with paid traffic. Here's what we're going to talk about today on this webinar. One, I'll tell you a little bit about Kyle and I. We're going to talk about why you need Facebook as part of your traffic strategy. We're going to talk about why Facebook hates you, because they probably do if you're on this call. We'll talk a little bit about some of the direct marketing challenges on Facebook. And then Kyle and I, it's going to be like no webinar that you've ever been on, I promise that, because we're going to give you 3 cut and paste campaigns that we actually use that make us money. And you can take these campaigns and you can go make money today. Like tonight, you can use these campaigns that we're going to show you and go make money. And then at the very end of the call, we'll give you a little small pitch. We'll tell you how you can work with Kyle and I, and then we'll open it up for questions and answers. And you can ask all the questions you want, and Kyle and I will stay on here until the last question is answered. So that's going to be kind of how this call goes today. And I'm assuming everybody can hear me, so I'll just keep going.
Yeah,
So,
hey, John, before you get going too far, hey, can everybody just type into the chat box, or a couple people just let us know that you're out there and you can hear us? You can see John's screen and everything. If you guys could just type in there real quick. I only say that because we've done several of these and we haven't gotten this far and things have been messed up. So
yeah, this is crazy. This is awesome. We're professional, like webby guys now.
Yep, looks like everybody can hear us, so it's good. They want you to talk louder, though.
No one has ever said that to me.
I know.
So are you serious?
Well, I have the best audience, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going. It looks like we're good. It says Kyle is really
cool.
clear.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, forgive me. I've got to call in on a cell phone because GoToWebinar. So, all right, well, awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about, I always like to go through this first, and that's this. Kyle and I believe in giving first. You give and then you get. And so this webinar is going to be 97% content and about just a 3% little pitch. But I want to explain what I mean, because we're going to give millions of dollars away this afternoon. And so let me talk about exactly what I mean by millions of dollars, and I'm serious about that. So just one of these campaigns that we're going to give you, these are actual campaigns that we run to make money. One of these campaigns on a daily basis makes us upwards of $2,500 a day consistently. And so I'm not saying you're going to make $2,500 a day from these campaigns. I'm not going to say that you're going to get the results Kyle and I are going to get. Our results are not typical disclaimer. However, yes, but just one of these campaigns, let's say it can make you $500 a day. And there's over 200 people that signed up for this training, or roughly 200 people, but I'm from Indiana, so we're going to do nice Indiana math. You figure $500 a day when we show you how to do this campaign times 365 days in a year is roughly $182,500. Now you take that times 200 people, which is going to be the number of people that see this training, and you got almost $37 million that we're going to give you access to that you didn't have access to before today. And so the only thing that I ask on this is Kyle and I are live. We're taking time. Corey's taking time. You're taking time. So everybody's taking time out of their day to be on this. So what I want you to do is to take these strategies that we share with you today and go make money. Implement these strategies, because there's no excuse to not do that as soon as this webinar is done. Ask the questions that you need to get the clarification you need, and then make sure to go implement these strategies. So hopefully everybody agrees to that, and we'll just go. I can't hold you to it, but go get some of this money for yourself today. So my whole point, grab a pen. I want you to grab a notebook, piece of paper, type on your laptop, whatever the hell it is that you do to get stuff. I have to write it down, because you're going to learn something and you're going to go out and do stuff. This is not a typical pitch fest webinar where we talk about, the wonders of direct response marketing. That's not what this is all about. So, okay, let's talk about Kyle and I. Who are we? You probably haven't heard of us. My name is John Tarr, and many guys in this industry I've worked with. I've worked with Frank Kern. I've been in Frank's mastermind and worked on copy and different things with Frank. I used to work with Ryan Dice and Perry Belcher at Idea Incubator. A lot of well-known gurus get traffic advice from Kyle and myself. So, we work with some of the biggest guys out there, and some of the biggest info publishing companies come to us, and we run their traffic. Kyle and I took a top survival product from around 300 units a month in June to 32,000 units per month in November, and that was 4 short months. And the only reason we didn't do it quicker is because the guy was on a ClickBank. Let me get that off there for you. The guy was on a ClickBank merchant account, and so he just didn't have the cash flow to scale it up. But he ended up getting the cash flow to scale it up, and we scaled it up at that time. And my partner, his name is Kyle Bell, and I affectionately refer to him as the Facebook Whisperer, because with all the marketing strategies that I know and that I do, Kyle is actually the guy behind the scenes that's coming up with all these ninja tricks that we're going to show you, and he's the best person I know for coming up with this Facebook stuff. As Kyle always says, and people say, it's only impossible until Kyle does it, because he does. He comes up with all kind of stuff, and he's humble. So Kyle, say hi.
Hey guys. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pretty excited about working with you. So, all right. So that's Kyle. That's me. We'll talk a little bit more about us, my favorite subject. I'm kidding, actually. But I want you guys to have an overview of who we are. So we own a company called Badass Media. And what we do, we're media buyers for the most part, and we consult and run traffic for some of the biggest info publishing companies in the world. So the chances are, if you see a top 5 product on ClickBank, we're the ones running traffic for the publisher. That's kind of what we do. We work with publishers directly, and we also run a lot of CPA offers through companies that you've heard of. So we have 2 aspects of our business. 1, we run a bunch of traffic for publishers, and 2, we run offers on some of the top companies like ClickBooth, Convert2Media, Jungleberry, Max Bounty. Some of these companies you've heard of, we're running offers through their platforms. And so these campaigns that you're going to see are because we've ran this traffic. So this stuff that we're talking about is not theory. This is actual results. You're going to see actual results, actual campaigns that we've ran. So this stuff is real, which hence the pen and paper. We want you guys to take notes and go out there and make this stuff happen. So, we're not talking about how to maybe do this and possibly, and, we're not professors here. We're actually running ads and doing things and looking at stats. So here's some of the results that we've had from these campaigns that we're going to show you today. We ran 100% ROI for 92 days, spending $5K per day on a survival product. What I mean by that is we ran 100% profit. So we actually ran 200% ROI. So we spent $5,000, we had revenue of $10,000 for 92 straight days. We also run about $2,500 a day profit promoting an affiliate diet offer. This is known as the ball game campaign, and you're going to get that campaign today. So just hang with us, and you're going to see that. We also run about 23-cent leads in the health and fitness niche to a squeeze page to cold traffic. We had a campaign that ran, and we had 10,000 clicks in less than an hour for 9 cents a click on Facebook in the health and diet niche. And if you guys are familiar with that niche, this traffic, pay per click on Google would cost us about $5 each. So anyway, I'm getting a call because I have to call in from the telephone. So, and this is live. I'm looking out the hotel room window in Raleigh, North Carolina at a guy's wood pile. So this is exciting stuff. My view is amazing. And finally, 58% opt-in rate to cold traffic. So typical opt-in rates for display traffic is probably 12-13%. To email traffic, it's 20 to 30 if you're doing well. We ran 58% to cold traffic. So that's some of the stuff that we've been able to do with these campaigns that we're showing you. And so you can take a look at these campaigns at the end of the webinar, and you can decide what you think about us and what you think about, you know, what we have to offer. Because what we understand, Kyle and I are business guys, and we understand that you really don't care about us, that you care about you. And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to get into it, and we're going to show you how to make more money in your business. Because for the moment, right now, we care about you too. So we're going to show you how to do this stuff. All right, let's talk about Facebook real quick. Let's talk about why you need Facebook. If you're not utilizing Facebook, you need to be, and let me tell you why. Facebook is the #1 traffic source on the internet right now. Meaning they're bigger than Google. They get more traffic than Google worldwide. They get more traffic than Google in the U.S. It's absolutely amazing how much traffic Facebook gets. So they have, I don't want to call it an unlimited amount of traffic, but it's a lot of traffic. And another thing that Facebook has got right now is that it's much less saturated than other traffic sources because they're a pain in the ass. And most marketers don't want to deal with them because their waters are difficult to navigate. So a lot of people aren't on Facebook, and that, you know what that means. If there's not a lot of people on there, that means that you can get pretty inexpensive traffic, and we're going to talk about that. So when I say inexpensive traffic, I mean we consistently get traffic in the 3 to 12 to 15 cents per click type of range, and I mean thousands of clicks, not just a few. I'm not talking about just getting a few clicks. I'm talking about thousands. And here's the big thing. There is such a thing as cheap traffic, okay? I can send you a bunch of crappy clicks for 3 cents a click and call it traffic. But the thing about Facebook is that most publishers are going to tell you that the quality of traffic on Facebook is better than any other source. It's absolutely amazing. So if you have your own product, I want you to know that Facebook customers are going to stick more. So when you sell your stuff, they're going to be better customers for you. They're not going to refund as much. That's what that means. If you're an affiliate, it means that the traffic's going to be really good, and it's not going to, guys aren't going to refund. Therefore, the affiliate's going to let you keep running their stuff, or the publisher. So that's what you need to know about Facebook, and that's an absolute fact. Facebook is the best traffic out there right now. And so because of all these things, which basically are cheap traffic, high quality traffic, lots of volume of traffic, you can literally dominate your market and explode your ROI with Facebook traffic. There are guys making 90, 100,000, 150,000, sky's the limit a month just off of Facebook, and they don't run on any other platforms. And so you can take these strategies, and although you may not do that well, you can do pretty damn well. So, all right, let's talk about Facebook. They don't like you. In fact, they probably hate you. Sorry, it's a fact. And they don't like us either. So many publishers, many media platforms do not like direct response marketing at all. And direct response marketing, if you're on this call, you probably know what it is, which is basically it's a call to action type marketing. So to them, it's spam. They don't like it. And so, you know, their customers click on the stuff and it's like, oh, it's an infomercial, and they complain. And Facebook is all about the user experience. So they like branding ads. They like branding companies. You know, they like General Motors to drop $10 million a month with them and not have to be accountable for results. And if I could do that, I would do that too. But to them, it's spam, so they don't like you. So you're going to have some troubles running on Facebook sometimes. We're going to tell you what they do like, what they don't like. But overall, Facebook, it violates their terms and conditions to run affiliate offers. They will not allow affiliate offers on their platform. So if you're an affiliate marketer like Kyle and I can be at times, they really don't like you then. So you're going to have to run some different things under the radar from Facebook. We'll show you how to do that today. So there is hope for you. Kyle and I run affiliate traffic to Facebook. I don't feel like it's a moral dilemma, right? I violate their terms and services, but the money I make helps me to sleep at night. So anyway, that's kind of that. So like I say, if you're on this webinar, Facebook probably doesn't like you. However, you just deal with it, okay? Facebook's got their game. They're going to play the game, and what you need to do is you need to understand the rules so that you can still profit, you know, exchange your good hard-earned money for more money, turn $1 into $2. That's the kind of stuff we're going to show you here. So here's some of the challenges. Facebook doesn't like you, so they put up roadblocks for you. What are those roadblocks? Well, you have, and I'm sure that you've gone through this, so if any of this sounds familiar, I can imagine. So you've got a hard time getting your ads approved. Yes. You're getting ads, have no idea why. And this happens a lot. You'll run the same ad. Once it'll get turned down, the next time it gets approved. You don't know what happens. It gets approved, then 3 days later, they shut it down. You're like, what the hell? So another problem that a lot of publishers and affiliate marketers have, your account spend limit is very limited to a small amount. And so it's hard to scale up your stuff. You might be getting results from Facebook, but you don't know how to get that spend limit increased so that you can scale. This is the biggest one. I'm going to give you a little gem here, but let me tell you, your click-through rates suck, and it's costing you money by paying more per click. This is a writer downer. So if you're ever going to write something down, this is what you write down. The most important thing on Facebook is your click-through rate. The higher your click-through rate, the lower your cost per click. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick here in just a second, but that is the big thing. That's the big idea. And so what Kyle and I are very good at, when you see these campaigns we're going to share with you, Kyle and I are really good at getting high click-through rates. And those click-through rates lower our cost per click to where we're getting such cheap traffic that it doesn't matter how great the offer is, although you want a good offer, but you can still make money. And I'm gonna expand on that a little bit. So the other thing, even if you've had your account banned or your product banned, you still have a chance of getting on Facebook and doing really well. And I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so I'm going to get into some campaigns. Let me tell you something real quick that most people will not tell you. So when I'm telling you, here's why everybody fails on Facebook. Kyle and I have been able to crack the code on Facebook for one reason and one reason only, and it goes back to what I just told you, the high click-through rate. So your typical marketer on Facebook is doing this. They're taking people, they're putting an offer out there on Facebook, they're sending the people off the page, which Facebook charges you 50 to 70% more money to send someone off the page. Here's a little secret. Traffic on Facebook doesn't convert like normal traffic. So you might get on Google AdWords, you might be in a situation where you're getting, let's say, 2% conversion, okay? And on Facebook, you might get 5 or 6 conversions out of 1,000 clicks. So what happens? These guys have a crappy click-through rate, which costs them more money. They're sending people off of Facebook, which is costing them more money. So now they're paying $1, $1.20 in some of these the big three niches, the make money niche, the health and fitness niche, the relationship niche, which Kyle and I are all in. And they don't know what the hell happens, and they say, I can't make any money on Facebook. Facebook sucks. You can't make money on it. Well, what Kyle and I do, and not only do we get really high click-through rates, we keep people on Facebook, and with these campaigns we're going to show you, that's exactly how we get these 10-cent clicks. So if you're paying $1 per click, and Kyle and I are paying 10 to 20 cents a click, we win. We win because our product doesn't have to convert like your product does. That's the whole big idea of this webinar. So make sure to grasp that. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start by taking you through one of these campaigns that we use. Yeah, well, 3 of them total. One of these is an old campaign that we ran, and it was really successful. And you can probably use it today, but I don't want you to use it today. What I want you to do is to understand exactly why it worked and exactly what Kyle and I have learned since we started running this campaign so that you understand a little bit about the why. So you'll pay attention to this campaign, see what we learned, and then we'll show you how to expand on it. So, all right, we'll get into it. So this was an accident. Some of your best things happen by accidents. I have so many great I absolutely fell asleep. I, had a few too many drinks and passed out stories that led me to figuring a lot of stuff out. This is one of those. So I had ran this crisis for the publisher to Facebook, and I was doing really well with it. We were doing, when I say I mean Kyle and I, and we were doing maybe 200% ROI a day on this product, spending $1,000, making $2,800, $2,900, $3,000 a day in revenue. So we were doing real well. But Facebook kept slapping my ads, and they even slapped my account. They did all kind of stuff, and so I couldn't scale it because I couldn't keep it on Facebook. And they didn't like that I was taking them off the page, and it was a ClickBank offer because the merchant was on ClickBank. The merchant didn't have their own merchant account at the time, so we were having a hell of a time keeping our ads up. And so one day, just for fun, I put up this ad that I'm going to show you. And to keep them on the page, I started a fan page. And I didn't know anything about Facebook when I did this. I mean, I knew a lot about paid traffic, but I didn't know a lot about Facebook. So I put up this ad, and it starts running, and I started sending them to this fan page, to a post. The post was an offer. I'm going to show you this. It's the most archaic thing you've ever seen. However, this is what happened. I ran this, and I shut it down. I thought I paused it because I had a bunch of other stuff going on. We were running other traffic. We were doing pretty well, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I get a call from the guy that owns it, and one of the partners, and he's the one that does all the inside stuff. And he said, where the hell are all these sales coming from? And, I didn't have a TID in there. They just moved the platform over, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't know because it's not me. And so it's got to be you because it's coming through our Infusionsoft account. I'm like, well, it's not me. Lo and behold, I go to Facebook, and it was me. I'd forgotten that I'd ran this ad. But the click-through rate was running at like 5.5%, and I was getting like 17 to 12 cent clicks to cold traffic for this offer, and it was converting like hell. So the results were incredible. It was just unbelievable. I didn't even know it was running. So sometimes clean living can do some good things for you. And that's what I'm going to chalk that up to, is clean living. So I ran this exact campaign that I'm going to show you that I'd forgotten about for 92 days at a total of about 200% ROI. So 100% ROI, I refer to, and what I mean by that is I basically was doubling my money every day. And so you can run this campaign, and it's pretty good, but I want to show you this campaign so that I can show you what we've learned since then, and then I want you to run those campaigns. But so here is the couple lessons here. So you can write these down. These are pretty good. When you run to Facebook, I want you to always run to a fan page. Always. That's what we learned here. I want you to always run your ads to a Facebook post. I'm going to tell you why you want to do this in a minute. And if possible, run them, have an image, and a call to action. Now, I had a call to action on this, sort of, but, you know, call to action should be like elementary for you guys in direct response, but always have those things. All right. Okay, now, why do you want to do those things? You want to do those things because Facebook charges less to run to a fan page than they do to take somebody off fan page. 1. 2, Facebook will approve your ads much quicker and faster and with less scrutiny when you run to your fan page than they do if you're taking them off the page. They don't like it. And this is a big one, and I want you to see this when I flash this ad up. You're going to build up huge social proof with many posts, likes, and comments, which compels people to respond to your ad. I'm going to show you what that means because, remember, it's all about the click-through rate, right? And so if people are clicking on your ad, it pushes your click-through rate up and your cost per click down. So even curiosity really, really helps you because you can get really inexpensive traffic. All right, so here is the ad. Take a look at the left-hand side of your screen, my screen, and you're going to see right here the middle post, September 14, 2012, Concerned Patriots. Do you have the 37 critical food items you should stockpile for a crisis? That's my headline. Here's my call to action. Click on a link to watch the video, and here's the link. I mean, as you can see here, there's no bit.ly here. I just put the link up because I was just testing something. But I want you to notice this right here to the right. 62,514 likes, 19,117 comments, and 11,774 shares. So imagine that. I mean, this is a marketer's dream, that you can get almost 12,000 people to share an ad. This is an ad, and almost 12,000 people shared it. So we learned some really cool stuff off of this. And we let these comments go. And if you guys know anything about the survival niche, it's very right-wing, and people are very polarized by politics. And I mean, you would have some serious debate in and on these comments. But what happens is when your ad shows up on the right-hand side or in someone's newsfeed, what do you think they see? Well, they see this right here. Keep in mind that people, let's get into somebody's head for one quick second. People are living their lives on Facebook. I'm living my life on Facebook. You're living your life on Facebook. I was in New York City last night. I was with a few marketers, some guys that you may or may not know. Guess what? We're tagging each other in photos. We're, hanging out at the Empire State Building. We got pictures of everybody. We're living our life on Facebook. So what happens when someone's living their life on Facebook and they see your ad and it's got 62,000 likes and 19,000 comments? They're saying, what the hell is this? I got to click on it. I got to figure out what's going on, because you're targeting them, right? You're targeting the right people, so they're compelled by the headline and the message anyway, and now they're like, I got to see what this is all about. So, for instance, if one of my friends had liked an ad on Facebook, or this thing shows up in my news feed and it's got 19,000 comments, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to go, what is this? And that's exactly what happened with this ad. So I want you to see that. Now, something else I want you to see real quick on this page. Again, this is before we knew better, and you can see all of these, but they're all ads. So I'm just spamming the hell out of my fan page, which is a big no-no that I've learned since, but I didn't know that then. And there's ways to take that off there, but I don't manage the spam page, so I'm not real concerned with it. But basically, you can see that ad right there. You can see some of the others, and I'm going to get into some stuff. So here's some lessons that Kyle and I took away from this, and then Kyle jump in as soon as I read these and share. But, okay, don't spam your page. Oops, we messed that up. B, always use an image. Oops, we didn't use an image. Next, click loss. I'm going to get into what click loss is. We didn't know about it. This is a huge thing for you to understand. Oops, messed that up. And it comes back to what Dan Kennedy says, right, which is it's the offer stupid. And it's a damn good thing it was the offer stupid, because even though Kyle and I hit every branch of the ugly Facebook tree with this ad, we still were making $5,000 a day in profit. So that's a huge amount of money. And we were doing it the wrong way, which leads me to A, always take action, because that's how you learn, and B, you don't have to know everything to make money. Kyle, you want to come in here with some thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I noticed that there's another oops. You spelled oops wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it says ops. This isn't actually ops, but they are oops. Yes, good call, Ori. Thanks for pointing that out. Luckily, you don't have to be able to spell or do very extensive math to be able to make money with Facebook. But what I was going to add to that is, like John mentioned, just taking action enabled us to get out there and start doing some stuff. But what has really catapulted that, and what has really been kind of the motivation behind what we're doing now, is we have a bunch of clients spending a lot of money. So we want to get out there and we want to test stuff and we want to fail fast, because to us, it's much more valuable to spend a lot of money and fail today and get on to testing something new tomorrow than it is to drag out a test and spend, 5 or 6 weeks trying to see if something works. So a lot of the stuff we discover rapidly from testing with a lot of different money, ours and our clients as well, as we try and find out some of these tricks along the way. But if you take a look at these or that ad that we had, like John mentioned, there's a couple problems that you see that jump right out at you. And at the time, we didn't understand exactly how to solve the problems, but when we look back at it, we knew that there was some issues that we had to try and fix. And if we could fix those issues, and understanding how people act on Facebook, if we could figure out how to overcome some of those obstacles, we would literally be much further ahead and much better than we were back then. So when we were looking at it, we would get a bunch of clicks to our ads, but because of how that ad functions specifically in Facebook, they essentially have to click on the link twice to be able to get to our VSL. And
yeah, we're going to go through that, bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we'll climb in, but on that particular thing, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. I just want you to know we're going to go through it here in a second.
Yeah, no, but what I was just kind of getting at is, you guys, you can see how we kind of, we were making some money and we did great with that. Nobody's going to turn that money away. But understanding the why of why Facebook and how Facebook works allows us to kind of think through some of these issues that we saw, and we'll kind of go through how we solved those problems and why we're doing what we're doing now is a lot better than what we did back then.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And I said to my dad years ago, man, if I just knew then what I know now. And he said, well, you'll be saying that the rest of your life. So Kyle and I, on this right here, said the same thing. Man, if we just knew then what we know now, and now we do know what we know now. And we know it now because we did it then. So let me take you through exactly what we figured out with all these things that we were doing wrong. So one thing that we know now, and we're going to show you how to do it. And I'm telling you, no one on Facebook is doing this, because no one that doesn't know us is doing this, because they don't understand how to work this. But always use a clickable image, which people told Kyle was impossible to get done. It's not impossible. Kyle's going to show you how to do it today. So keep that in mind. Use a clickable image. And let me explain a test that we ran recently, exactly what this does on clickable image, and then I'll show you why it works. So, all right, Kyle's talking about click loss. One of the problems with the Sold Out After Crisis ad is click loss. And basically what Kyle said, Kyle, do you want to take this, or you want me to keep going?
You go for it, and then I'll just fill in if you leave anything out. You love talking, so we'll just let you.
I do like talking. So, okay, so basically, who's running the show over there? So anyway, and he punishes me by giving me the room with the view of the woodpile. So thank you for that. Okay, so basically what happens is you see on that ad, and I'm going to flash back to it in a second, but like Kyle was getting ready to mention, you have to click on the ad, and now you're going to the post, and you have to click again if you want to see the offer. So you're essentially, you have to click multiple times on the ad, which obviously you don't want to make your client do, because when they have to do that, not as many people are going to see your offer, and it's just fifth grade math, right? That's not going to work. So we're going to show you how to not do that now, because there's a better way. But here's the thing. So look at the ad and think about this. Okay, so you click this, and now you're going to this right here, and you got to click again. So you don't want that. You don't want that at all. And you'll know what I'm talking about. So notice this, and then check out this test that we ran. You're going to see the results here. So this is a dating offer we ran for an affiliate product, and we ran it to our fan page called the Man Zone, and I think 100 other people have fan pages called the Man Zone. I had the Man Cave, but then there were like 700 of those. So anyway, Man Zone, free video presentation reveals how to land your dream girl using this one weird trick. Who knew? You can do all kinds of things with one weird trick nowadays. But so this is that ad right here, and there's a clickable image there. You can see it on the fan page. This is an actual ad. We just ran a quick test. You'll see it here. This is the same as the Sold Out After Crisis ad that I showed you. So notice how you've got your click here to watch, and they have to click on this link right here. And I did put a bit.ly link in there because Facebook doesn't like this product. So anyway, here is the second ad, and this is what Kyle's going to show you today. So the second ad, controversial video reveals weird trick to attract beautiful women. So same thing, but I want you to notice this. Notice here, all people need to do is click on this, and so when they click on this ad over here, bam, they go right to your offer. And so let me show you the difference in click-through rates, cost, ROI, et cetera, that we did on this. All right, so here you see our stats from this particular offer. And I got that ad stopped. Facebook cracked that ad because it has text in the image, which they don't like, and that's why you're seeing that we didn't split test with the exact same thing. You're probably like, well, hey, man, this isn't an accurate split test. But it was for what we wanted to do and what we wanted to accomplish. So here you can see I had 1,368 clicks. I spent $500 on it, and my click-through rate was 1.119%. Now, a lot of people say, oh, my God, the 1.119% click-through rate is awesome. That's Kyle and I. We try to run in the 3.5% to 4% range. 1% is like the worst click-through that we'll take. And you can see here that I'm paying 37 cents per click. 37 cents a click is what I'm paying. So that's on the ad that mimics the Sold Out After Crisis ad. Now, here's the stats for the second one. 2,258 clicks, $262 spent, 4.182% click-through rate, 12 cents a click. So we're paying a third less for the clicks, and we're getting like more clicks, and we're spending less money. I mean, again, fifth grade math. This fifth grade math stuff is amazing if you guys haven't been through it. It's unbelievable, especially now that I'm almost 40. I kind of get it. So thank you, Mr. Wallen. So, all right. So here we go. Facebook clicks. First offer, just like we ran the Sold Out After Crisis. 1,368, click-through rate 1.12%, cost per click 37 cents. Clicks that actually made it to the VSL, 261. So only 19% of those clicks made it to the VSL, and we had an ad spend of $500, and we had an ROI of basically, well, I'm going to show you that in a second, but we had a total ad spend of $500. We lost money on that ad, by the way. The clickable image ad, the new way that we do it, the way Kyle's going to show you today, the way you're going to write down and start running your ads, 2,258 clicks, 4.18% click-through rate, 12 cents a click, 1,542 clicks to the VSL. You're always going to have a little click loss. Just keep that in mind. So 68% of these clicks made it. Ads, $3. The results were amazing. Offer one, we lost about 40%. We had, I said negative 60% ROI. We had a 60% ROI, so we lost 40%. This is without optimization or anything like that. Too much click loss. I mean, you guys can see the numbers. The new ad with the clickable image had 185% ROI. So it just crushed the other ad. It's obvious, right? Higher click-through rate, cheaper clicks, more clicks getting to the actual offer. Kyle?
Yeah, and John, actually, can you, if you go back a slide, I'd like to point out a couple things on those numbers real quick.
Yeah.
if you guys take a quick look at that, you will see that we spent $500, and we only got 261 clicks to the VSL, which is not really that great. I mean, that's almost what, $2.50 a click, or $2 a
That's
click.
strong.
Um, that's not that great. But then if you look and see what happens when you have a lot less clicks lost, but they're going straight to the offer, you end up getting 1,542 clicks for half the amount of money. So you're getting 500% more clicks just by using a different type of ad with the same message, just a different format. Because we understood how Facebook worked, we tried to figure out a solution. This is what we came up with, and these were obviously awesome results. But just look at how powerful that click-through rate and that image making it clickable are as to the number of clicks that actually get to your video sales letter or offer or whatever you guys are selling at the, whatever you're trying to get people to. Definitely use this method that we're going to show you here in a second. So that was it, John. Just want to jump in real quick.
All right, cool, man. All right, so now what Kyle's going to do is he's going to take you step by step exactly how you need to do this on Facebook. So take some good notes, and you'll be able to do this clickable image campaign and get real similar results to what we're getting. So it's all you, man.
All right, let me switch the screen over to me so you guys can actually watch me make a couple of these posts. Let me know, guys. Just enter into the question box if you can see my screen. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, cool. Awesome, guys. So if you guys are not familiar with this, this screen that I'm on right now, this is inside your Facebook account. And this is called Power Editor. Everybody who has an ads account has access to the Power Editor. If you're in your ads manager, it's just right on the left-hand side. It's like under your billing and funding source. There's just a thing that says Power Editor. You click on it, you come to this page, and then the first time you're in here, it'll give you a little walkthrough tour. This isn't going to be a Power Editor 101 course because I actually want to give you some great content that everybody can go through and figure out how to use Power Editor. I want to show you how to use it more powerfully. So once you get into this, what you're going to want to do, and obviously there's a couple assumptions here. One, we assume you have a Facebook account. Two, we assume you have some sort of Facebook fan page. If you don't, they're super easy to create. We create them in like 5 seconds and just throw up a couple generic posts, and there you go. Now you have a Facebook fan page, and you can start doing some of these ads. So when you're in your Power Editor, click on this little arrow up here on the top left and go to Manage Pages, at which point it will bring you to a screen that looks like this. And these are similar ads. Let me see if we can pull one up. See, these are similar to the ads we were running. Land your dream girl. Are you dating 8s and 9s? Free video reveals one weird trick. Blah, blah, blah. You guys have seen basically the same thing of this before. And so how we do that, how we get that image to make this whole thing clickable, which is where the power of this trick lies, I'm going to show you what to do. So you're going to go to create a post and click on create a post. Then this box comes up, and make sure you guys are writing this down or paying attention, because how you fill this form out really goes a long way in determining if you do this properly or not. So we're going to switch over here. I have pre-populated a bunch of the fields just so I don't keep you guys online while I type with my one finger. So these are the fields you're going to want to fill out. The URL, guys, is where you want the people to go when they click on your picture, when they click on a link, when they click on the text of your ad, wherever you want them to go to buy your product. So for this product, Get a Girl VSL is not the actual URL. It's just an example. But this would be, when they click on the image, they get sent to our video letter that starts playing. As soon as they click on it, boom. Hey, if you're trying to pick up women, this is what you should do. And it goes through their sales page, blah, blah, blah. So you want to put the URL where you want the people to go. Then you want to leave the post field blank. Again, don't put anything there. The next thing you're going to want to put is land your dream girl. This is going to be your headline. And I'll show you guys what this looks like in a second. Here in the caption, if you leave the caption blank, it's just going to pull the metadata from your web page. And I barely even know what that is. So if you guys don't know what it is, all it does is it self-populates based on what your web page says to put there. So if it's your own WordPress page, it could be www.mywordpresspage blog.com, and it would just fill that in. If you however, if you enter something there, it will override that metadata, so you can manipulate that to say whatever you want. So if we're doing a dating offer and we want it to look like, maybe Maxim.com is promoting it, we could put Maxim, www.maxim.com. Sometimes we'll put click here, click the image, whatever you guys want to put there, you can put there. But what I suggest is to put something there so it just doesn't self-populate with your metadata. Then the description is where you're going to fill in the copy, what you want people to see right next to your image. And then what we're going to do is upload an image. Oh man, I don't even know if I have an image. Let me see if I can grab one real quick that makes sense. Well, I'll just use Dr. Oz for the sake of this. So anyway, that's going to be your image. Then you're going to create the post. And simple as that, you have a post, right? So this is what your post is going to look like. Land your dream girl, click the image, free video reveals one weird trick to landing the woman of your dreams. So anyway, when they see this ad in their newsfeed, anywhere they click the image, which is generally what people click, but if they were to click this in a normal traditional post, it would then go to, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, where it does like a little blow up of this whole image in post in its own little page inside of Facebook. And then they got to click the link again to actually get to the sales page. So what this does is no matter where they click, if they click here, they click here, they click down here, it sends them straight to the sales video without, that intermediary step. And I'll show you real quick. So this is one that I did. And I guess I can show you with the one we're talking about to make it even more realistic for you guys. If you click on the view post, this is what comes up. So you can see where my finger, where the finger's pointing, all this stuff is clickable. So no matter where they click, they're going to go straight to my VSL. Hugely powerful trick. The second aspect of that, because we knew we were getting a bunch of clicks to our ad, but not a lot were getting to our VSL. So we knew we had to come up with some sort of way to fashion the ad so that way when people clicked on it, it would skip that middle step. And that's where everybody told us, it couldn't be done. You can't do that. You can't manipulate Facebook data, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we found a way to do it within Facebook's terms. And it's not like we're doing anything illegal or cloaking or doing anything crazy. We're just using their system. And, just by playing around in their, every day, because that's what we do, we kind of figured this trick out. The second thing, if you guys remember looking back at that survival page, you saw John had post after post after post after post of essentially the same exact ad, just maybe worded a little differently. So to the fans, that's going to get pretty tired. I mean, we all know Ori, right? We all know his paintings up there. Can you imagine if Ori had the same painting up there 50 times a day for 90 straight days? You guys would probably get sick of seeing that same exact painting. I know Ori's an amazing painter, and so we love to see Ori's work. But we don't want to see the same one every day, 50 times a day on the fan page. So one of the ways
I don't either.
So one of the ways to get around that is, and I don't know how much you guys have heard about this, but there's a thing inside Facebook called dark post or unpublished post or ghost post. There's several different terms like that. And the way I just created that ad does it. And you can tell that it's a dark post because you see this little moon right to the left of this post. What that does, the way we just created that post, it does not appear on my fan page. So I can create an ad and send all the traffic I want to it, but it will not appear on my fan page. So all my fans don't get blasted with every ad I'm trying to run. Or, if you guys are into split testing and you think you've got a good ad and you've got 4 or 5 different images, you don't really want to be putting the same copy, the exact same ad with just a different image 4 times back to back to back to back on your fan page. So by creating them in a dark post, the way I just showed you guys, you're going to avoid spamming the crap out of your fans. They're not going to see the same ad over and over and over. You can choose to make which one's live by clicking this little publish button right here, highlighting this and then clicking publish. I'm not going to do it for this one, but that would then, take away the moon and you'd have a white space right to the left over here. And so that would actually show up. So maybe after you find a winner, you could post it. But a couple of the keys that this thing solved for us was, one, we weren't spamming the crap out of our fan page. So people weren't getting sick and hitting spam, because what you don't want is to get, everybody has the opportunity to click spam on all of your ads, no matter where they show up. They click the little X. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. And if that gets clicked so many times, I don't know what the number is, but once Facebook gets to their threshold, boom, they just disable your ads account. So this helps avoid some of that because you're not just, showing the same ad in the same news feed every 5 seconds. So that helped with that. And second, that clickable image allowed us to capture, as you guys saw, 500% more of the clicks to the actual video offer just by figuring this out. So like John mentioned earlier, some of you guys may have your own products. Some of you guys may just want to run affiliate products. It doesn't matter. Whatever products you have or you're running, try this. At least try this and see what those numbers tell you for your offer or your affiliate offer, whatever you're trying to run, because the number of clicks that you're actually going to get to your web page, to your offer, to your sales letter, whatever you're sending them to, is going to far outweigh the traditional way you were doing it, and make it a lot more valuable, a lot more profitable. If you're going for money, you're just going to get a lot more results, a lot better results from that. So with that, John, that's kind of the quick and dirty. I'm going to send it back to you so you can kind of go through the next step.
Okay.
Here it comes. Maybe.
Okay, well, no, it will. I'm just, my computer's sort of locking up here. Our first technical difficulty, please hold. For some reason, it doesn't want me to show the screen, so.
Well, I can.
There we go. Bam. Okay.
You say bam. I'm not seeing yours. Okay, there we go. And now we're back on you.
There you go. All right.
I thought it was Facebook trying to shut you down so you don't give away their secrets.
That's right.
They got the money to do it.
Yeah, they're watching. Zuckerberg is watching. So, all right, guys. So, okay, there's one campaign. Now, here is another campaign. We call this affectionately the ball game campaign. And we're going to show you exactly how it works. I'm going to give you a little backstory and some stats on this campaign. So, one of the things that we were doing, we were running a green coffee diet trial offer, and we were losing a lot of clicks to the trial page, and we were still getting a positive ROI, but we just kept losing a lot of clicks. And another thing, we were running them directly to the trial page, and it just doesn't convert very well. It converts better than some of the advertorial pages, landing pages. If you guys are familiar with these kind of offers, you know what I'm talking about. But what we needed to come up with was we needed to keep people on the page, and we needed a quick landing page, like sort of a stopgap, instead of sending them straight to the form. So like with children or whatever, I mean, really good marketers, one thing that they do very well, like very good parents, is they tell their customers exactly what to do. Go here, click there, now do this, now do that. And so we kind of needed that because we were basically saying, hey, try this green coffee, and then bam, sending them straight to this offer, and they didn't know what the hell to do. So what Kyle ended up doing was coming up with the ball game campaign. And it's been one of our strongest campaigns to date. It consistently makes us upwards of $2,500 a day when we run it. And we run this campaign to particularly like to trial offers. So where that campaign that we just showed you, you're going to run to a lot of VSLs, or if you had videos or something like that, this you're going to run for different trials and different type of CPA type things. So here's the stats before the ball game campaign, and I'll show you. Now, disclaimer, I don't know if we've taken this out. I don't think we have. We are sharing with you our actual stats from some of these screenshots. Please do not call our reps over at ClickBooth or some of the other places and harass them to get the same payouts we get. We actually had that happen. So we're giving you a courtesy of showing you the stats. Please don't call them. They ask us if we can tell you guys to please not call them, because a couple people are like, hey, why don't I get this payout or whatever. So anyway, that disclaimer, please don't do that to me or Kyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. They're like, hey, you sharing some stuff? So anyway, here's what you got. You've got 1,136 clicks, 24 conversions, revenue of $864, EPCs, earnings per click, if you guys aren't familiar with that, of 76 cents. Now, that is makes us money. I mean, that makes us, 30%, 40% ROI, meaning 140% ROI total. So it makes us money. Now, here's what happened after we did the ball game campaign. So take a look at these stats. All right. 460 clicks, 46 conversions, 10% conversion percentage, $1,748, EPCs of $3.80. Now, I don't have to tell you that if you can get earnings per click of $3.80 to cold traffic on an offer, you are going to make a lot of money. Doesn't matter where you run that offer, whether that's Facebook or any other media stuff. So keep that in mind. This offer absolutely crushed it for us and still does really well today, this campaign, I should say. So, all right, what is strong about this? Let me explain this, and then Kyle's going to take you through on how to do this campaign. This page opens in the Facebook page of the user, which is awesome. I mean, it opens right in their news feed. It keeps the client on, or the customer on Facebook, so you're going to get a lot cheaper clicks. And the user is going to make it to the offer, so you're not going to get a lot of click loss. And this little landing page is simple. It doesn't distract, but it tells the customer exactly what to do. It says, hey, go do this now. So you'll get to see this here in a second when Kyle shows you. But keep in mind, this is what makes this tactic so strong and what makes it convert. And Kyle's going to take you through a platform that will show you exactly how to recreate this campaign.
All right, guys.
Mr. Bell.
I'm switching back to me. Okay, guys. Can you see my screen out there?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. So this is a program called Splash Post. I, again, have pre-populated a bunch of the fields. I'll kind of break it down for you as we go through it. But I think these guys have a, what is it, John, like a 7-day trial or something, or 14-day $7 trial or something. Anyway, yeah, regardless, it's some sort of cheap trial. And like John mentioned, once we were able to get this and get it up and running, and I don't want you guys to think we're super douchey over here naming our tracking IDs ball game campaign and stuff. It's John and I like to have a good time and we joke around and stuff. So I was actually just playing around with him that morning when I sent that thing because I thought it'd be funny to have that as the tracking ID. So that being said, we knew, again, we had the basic understanding of how Facebook worked. And John always talks about, the client flow, understanding the customer's flow, the path that it takes to get them to an offer. And we had struggled with the advertorial pages. They were big and long, and for whatever reason, we couldn't get them to work right. We couldn't get them to make any money for us. So we struggled with that. So we were like, man, we could just figure out a path that gets people to where we want them to be for these smaller trial offers where it doesn't take a ton of copy. We didn't think. We were kind of guessing at the time. But anyway, so we kind of put this together, and that's kind of how that general idea was formed, and then we go out and try and figure out a solution to that issue. So this is kind of how it was born, and this really works well, like John said, with trials, smaller price things, introductory offers, that type of thing. It's great. And now they have a bunch of different bunch of different templates that you guys can use. If you get in here, you can play around. You can see all templates. You can pick, email opt-in templates. If you want to show a video right here with a buy now button right below it, you can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. This is the one that we were using, so I wanted to show you exactly which one we were using and how we were making it work. So anyway, again, you can customize this, but it is super easy. You and John haven't seen, or you guys haven't seen John and I's super technical skills, but that's because nobody has. We don't actually have any. So these things all have to be simple for us to be able to use them. Otherwise, there'd be no shot at it for us. So luckily, this is super easy. I don't have to drag a box here to make words appear here. These boxes are just all preset. All I have to do is go in and type a word, and it just shows up. So it's super easy, guys. These forms are all pre-formatted, which doesn't give you unlimited options, but it does make it super quick, super easy to throw one of these up. So we'll put a big headline up there, a little sub headline right here. Again, same thing, add an exclamation point or whatever you wanted to do. Then you have these fields with the 3 images, and I'll show you how easy it is to upload an image. And again, I've pre-populated a lot of this stuff, so you guys don't sit there and watch me try and type or just upload images or whatever. So I will grab, let me grab this green coffee image. So you click on the image, boom, it pulls it up. It looks like I got the same one over there, but anyway, you guys can get the idea. So anyway, all you do is you can highlight the section that you want. You can zoom in, zoom out, whatever you guys want to do, but it just loads it up. Whoops. It loads up the image that you select. You click done, boom, your image shows up right there. Super easy. Anybody can do it. It's real quick. By the way, John, I don't know why we don't set up an affiliate link with Splash Post. I know they pay out, but this we do not currently. We may in the future if we ever get our stuff together. But this we don't get any affiliate commissions or anything for Splash Post. It is an actual product that we use and love, and they do offer a trial, so you guys can try it out. You can change the background color of this. You can switch between blue and pink or red or something. You can change the color of the font. You can change the size of the font. Your basic, Word text editing tools are up here. Again, just type in this general area. This is normally where we put our call to action. Kind of give you kind of give the people an idea of what they should do. And then down here on this buy now bottle or buy now button, add to cart button, send subscribe if you're doing an email submit, whatever you want to do. You can change the color of the image, you can change the copy. But when you click on it, it brings up a little box. And again, this is the URL that you want the button to go to. So again, if you're offering them a free trial or this trial bottle, when they click on this button, you don't want them to mess around inside of Facebook. You want them to just go straight to your order page and fill out the form and enter their credit card and shipping information, and then you get paid. So make sure you fill this out. And the most important thing, and the thing that took me forever to learn, I don't know how many times I made this mistake, but after you enter the URL, you guys got to click this check mark over to the right hand side, because if you don't, it's not going to save that URL, and the people are going to click on this button and nothing's going to happen, and that's not going to make you any money. I can guarantee that. That the FTC I can guarantee for the FCC. You will not make any money if you don't actually have a link to go anywhere. So you can then also change the copy of whatever you want this to say. And one of the tricks I picked up is people read in first person, or they want to read in first person. So instead of saying or wording it yes, or get your free trial here. We don't use the word your very often, because when we split, somebody once told me, or they ran some testing and found out that it worked better for them. So I actually implemented and actually did improve our conversions by about 30% as well. If you change the wording to first person, you tend to get more sales. So instead of send your trial bottle now, we put, yes, I want to try a bottle, send my free bottle, things like that, where it's all talking about me in the first person, I, me, my, those types of things. So it's a quick little marketing tidbit for you. But anyway, so that's it. There's a clear button for them to push. And then you go on to the next screen. John, this is the second webinar that you've left out your likes comment. So I'll go ahead and ruin it for you here. We don't, the next section is add an email gate or a share gate. John and I are not big on getting likes or getting fans. That's not what we're interested in. As John likes to tell everybody, if you go to the grocery store and try and pay for your groceries with fans or likes, they're just going to look at you funny. They want cash, right? So that's what's important to John. We want cash. We want to make money. We don't. Sure, likes and fans are great, and they make good stories if you have 10,000 fans and whatever else, but they're not going to pay any bills for you. So we want cash. We want it today. So everything we do is derived and created in an attempt to get more cash that day. That's the strategy behind all the ads we do. So we don't want to send them to follow-up responders that take 6 months to recoup the money. We don't want to build a bunch of fans and not be able to sell them anything for 30, 60, 90, 150 days, whatever it takes to get a sale. We want to make a sale today, and we want to know that whatever we spend on an ad, and compare that to what we made off of that sale, and see if it's a victory for us. And if we made money, if we made more than we spent, then we'll keep doing that. So to that end, we do not use typically any of these email gates or share gates. In fact, we've never used them. So if that's something you guys want to play around with, do it at your discretion, but we would not recommend it. We don't ever do it. We want money, not fans. So we'll click next. We'll go to the next part. And so again, this is all populated because I filled it out beforehand. But I will show you what you can change or text. You just type your headline right here. Here's where you add another thing. Click the image now. Whatever you wanted to put there. It's kind of a call to action. Your ad copy goes right here. Again, you can type here. You can change anything you want. Um, however you want to do it. It's easily editable. Again, the image works the same way. You click on this spot right here, and it'll allow you to upload an image. You highlight the section you want. Boom, that pulls the image. Where you guys are seeing your page name here, this is the name of your fan page that will just generically appear here, and the image of your fan page. So everybody has an image on their fan page, and Facebook and Splash Post just self-populate these two fields. So you don't really have to worry about those. You can't really control them unless you change the name of your page or change your profile image on your fan page. So if you want to get all crazy and do that stuff, you can. So let me explain to you how Splash Post works and the power of why we love Splash Post. So this white box you see right here, from this top corner down to about halfway through the green page behind it, is what your ad will look like to people, to your fans, to whoever you're advertising to on Facebook. And so this is what they see. Try a bottle of green coffee, click the image now, blah, blah, blah. So if they click on the image, or if they click over here, actually, no matter where they click on this as well, what happens is this white section disappears, and the green section below is what appears. So that whole back mid lander thing that we created with these three images and this, yes, I want to try a bottle, it just appears, right? It doesn't send them outside of Facebook. It doesn't send them into a different section of their news feed. It just appears right underneath it and pops up. So these people don't have to leave the fan page. They don't have to go anywhere. So if the idea is like in a casino, they want to keep people in seats as long as they can and not let you get outside the doors, because once you're outside the doors, you're not spending money in the casino anymore. Kind of the same thing applies here. If we could get people to just stay in their newsfeed and interact with some sort of buying mechanism, then we win. They don't have to go anywhere until they actually click buy, and at that point, they're fairly committed to purchasing, and at that point, we'll take that click. So the Splash Post was an excellent tool because it allows us to get a buyer with inside Facebook and give them a bunch of copy and a bunch of cool images and some marketing tactics to get somebody to buy, and they never had to leave Facebook. They never had to leave their desktop. It was just right in the flow of everything else. Right above it could be, Uncle Bobby's birthday's tomorrow, and then the post right below is, I don't know, John was at the Empire State Building last night in a photo. And then this was right in the middle, and there would be no difference in how it appears or how it functions. They could actually buy from right there without ever having to leave Facebook. So it's an incredible tool. And I think on this next page, I can show you how it actually functions a little better. But anyway, guys, this was like an actual ad we used. I think the copy might have been, I changed a couple words maybe. But so this would appear the second somebody clicks off of it. So that is how that ad would appear in somebody's newsfeed after they click on that white image to begin with. And this is what they would see up above with the image of our fan page and the name of the page. And guys, I did mention briefly, if you were going to collect emails, you could also collect emails. And this is actually how we collected emails for the fitness product. We did a Splash Post with an email opt-in form attached to it. So if you guys are into collecting lists or emails, you can also do this super cheap this way, because your click-through rate is super high, which makes your click super low. And people, if you're giving away, a free workout book or something with an image of some pretty girls, and then yes, subscribe, yes, I want my free book, blah, blah, blah. They hit submit, boom, they get sent to your autoresponder automatically. And it integrates with, 4 or 5 or 6 of the main ones, Aweber and MailChimp and Infusionsoft, a bunch of the main ones. So you can also use it for that. What you would do then is just click post to Facebook, boom, it posts to Facebook. Now this ad, guys, is not a dark post. It is its own image, its own post. It appears on your newsfeed, so you don't want to be blasting a bunch of these one right after the other. You would kind of want to space these out. One of the tricks we use is to backdate them so they appear way down in the newsfeed. But you don't want to blast a bunch of these at once. What I will tell you here is that if you know anything about Facebook and Facebook advertising, Facebook does not like affiliate offers. They really do not like green coffee. But when we use Splash Post, we can get away with a lot more stuff, because here's how Facebook looks at an ad. They will look at the first image, right? When they see that play button, they're like, where does this play button send people? If they click on this ad, if they click on this play button, where does it go? And when I say play button, the image, let me go back to, see if I can go back to this section. The image that they click on, it will actually generate an image with a play button. And we know from basic marketing stuff that if you have a play button on an image, it looks like a video, people are much more inclined to buy it or click on it. So you get the play button. So when Facebook is looking at that, they're like, so if I click on this, so right here on the middle of Dr. Oz's face, when this actually goes to an ad, there will be a play button right here. So people are like, oh, what's this video? Boom. They click on the button, they actually get this little drop down thing below. This green image just comes to the front, and boom, there's their ad. So Facebook looks at that play button as the link. So when they look at that link, they're like, okay, it's just sending them to a little tab post thing with inside Facebook. I don't even know what they would call this, but they don't view the product that it is selling, because that's not much of a concern for them. Their main focus is one click, they're still inside Facebook, it looks like a legit type thing, boom, it's good to go. So we have had, I mean, we don't want to call them students or whatever, but we have had people who've gone through some of the stuff, and they have gotten away with some pretty racy dating stuff. They've gotten away with some supplements that they wouldn't normally be able to get away with to Facebook in a normal ad, because they're running through Splash Posts and Facebook. You know, that second click, getting it away from Facebook once removed from their ad reviewers somehow. And we don't want to ask a bunch of questions and ask why, but for some reason it allows to kind of fly under Facebook's radar. So anyway, the powerful things we learned from that are, keep people inside of Facebook. The play button that appears on their face when you use a Splash Post increases click-through rates, which makes your cost per click go way down. You can integrate with an email autoresponder if you're just trying to build lists, whatever. This is an excellent tool. You can actually use a video right here with a buy now button. One of the guys from the webinar the other night actually went out and put a Splash Post up with this video with a little $7 trial button right below it. So he said that was doing awesome. So that is, like John mentioned, one of our bread and butter campaigns that we go back to quite often, and hopefully you guys see the power of that, but also see the opportunity there. So no matter what, if it's your own product, if you're just going to go out and sell some other product just to make some cash, go for it. And one of the things I want to mention real quick when I talk about the cash aspect, you see we have big budgets and whatever else, and we spend a lot of money for ourselves and clients. Most people, John, what's the number most people shoot for? 10 grand? It's kind of their goal. 10 grand a month.
Yeah, most people that you talk to, if they're not marketing online, everybody's goal is basically 10 grand a month is what they want to make in profit. Everybody that I talk to, that is.
Yeah. So if your goal is to make 10 grand a month, that's only $320, $327 a day. You don't have to spend a lot of money with the ROIs that we're talking about to make that, $100, $200 a day in advertising, $300, $400, is going to get you pretty close to what you want. And the smaller the budget you have, actually, the higher the ROI you could get. So anyway, don't be intimidated by a bunch of big numbers, because it's not that you have to spend that much to make very much. John, I'm going to pass this bad boy back to you. Unless you need me to, unless you need me to cover anything else on those, but I'll set this back.
Nope, not at all. Let's do this. All right. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So cool. Thanks, Kyle. That's good stuff, and that's one of our top campaigns, like I mentioned. So both of these campaigns are rocking it for us, and we use them every day. So just keep that in mind. Now, so technically, you have 3 different campaigns you can use today. The first one I wouldn't use. I would take what we've showed you on the other 2 campaigns and use those. But you could probably make money using the first one, and that's how we did it before we knew better. So hopefully you're seeing how you can use Facebook and make it profitable for you, either with your own products, your own offers, or affiliate stuff. And you've seen the stuff that Kyle and I have been able to do in some of our results. And so if you've got some questions, we're going to get to those in just a second. We're going to open it up. We'll stay on as long as you need. Just ask us your questions, and we'll try to help you. So real quick, here's what we are. Here's who we are. Here's a little bit about what we have to offer. Like I mentioned, Kyle and I run a media buying company called Badass Media, and we also run our own affiliate offers. And we literally spend millions of dollars per year of both our money and our clients' money with Facebook. And so because of that, these campaigns that you see are tested, and we test all these campaigns, and we can fail really quickly. So we find out these little ninja things that work, and we test it, and then we run all of our offers like that. So basically, as you've seen from our original campaign to what we know now, when we do this every day and when you spend the kind of money that we spend, you can learn things that most people don't have access to, just because we see this stuff every day. And Facebook is changing every day. So if you have a desire to team up with us and you have a desire to make Facebook paid traffic a part of your traffic strategy, whether you're running traffic for clients, maybe you're a local business that wants more traffic, perhaps you're an affiliate marketer and you want to make money that way, if you have an online strategy, you need Facebook. And if you want to learn Facebook and you want to team up with that, Kyle and I can do that with you. And what we have and what we basically have to offer is, if you're the right person, and we'll talk about that in a second, we have an 8-week intensive Facebook training that is basically 16 total calls. And these calls, this is not a box of stuff. This is not just a members type area that we send you off to. This is intense, hold your hand. This is how you do Facebook training step by step that Kyle and I do. These calls are held on Tuesday and Thursday. The Tuesday call is a webinar type call like you're getting right now. That is a step-by-step tutorial in a campaign that we run. These are cut and paste campaigns that you plug your product into and run. And so the first call is a training, lasts about an hour and a half each week. And then on Thursday, we have a question and answer call. So Tuesday, we give you a proven campaign. You go start to implement that stuff. Then you ask us your questions on Thursday. In addition, we do have a members site. We have a forum up so people can ask their questions. Kyle and I interact on that forum, et cetera, et cetera. So in this training, here's what we're going to cover for you. We're going to cover why your ads are getting rejected on Facebook and how you can get them approved. We're going to show you how to run affiliate offers under the radar and not get your account shut down. We're going to show you how to use the Power Editor to explode your click-through rate. It's absolutely amazing how you can do that. We're going to show you what gray accounts are with Facebook and how you can get them. We'll also give you access to paid Facebook accounts from one of our contacts inside Facebook. So these accounts also fly under the radar. We'll basically show you how to get a Facebook rep if you have your own products, and so they can guide you through any obstacles that you're going to have. We'll show you how to get average click-through rates of 1% and how to get click-through rates of 5 to 10% on most of your ads. We're going to take you step by step through the different things and the different images that we use and how to do that. With that, we're going to show you how to get cheap clicks, clicks as low as 3 cents that actually convert. We'll explain to you why video crushes it on Facebook and how to use it and convert clients at amazing rates. We'll go through custom audiences and how to leverage them for maximum profits. Kyle expands a little bit on his dark post tutorial today, and we'll show you how to use that in your split testing and how to use it without getting your fans. I'm not a big believer in fans, like Kyle said. I always say that 10,000 fans is awesome, but you can't spend them at the grocery store. But one thing that they can do for you, if you advertise in the right way, is they can give you a highly, highly targeted audience, and you can target their friends, which is awesome because birds of a feather flock together. Pretty powerful tool on Facebook. We'll show you how to do that. We'll show you how to get your spend limits raised. Kyle and I have had accounts where we could spend up to $75,000 a day, so we'll show you how to do that. We'll show you how to get 30-day net terms with Facebook and increase your cash flow. So obviously, Kyle and I, we had an account where we could spend $75,000 before Facebook, before they would charge us, basically. So we could run anywhere from 30 to 60 days without paying a dollar for ads, which obviously helps cash flow tremendously. So with all those things, we also go step by step through images, what images to use, which ones to avoid for the best click-through rates, and to not get your ads turned down. So just like I mentioned, and just like you've seen now, that I said this is not a normal webinar. This is not a normal training. And so we're not training you on theory here. We're training you on a new cut and paste campaign every week. So every week we're going to give you a campaign that we've already spent money to test, and we're going to show you step by step how to use it, and it's proven to work. So basically we'll tell you, this is the campaign, this is what you do, this is how you target your people, this is how much you spend on the ads, this is, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Every single thing. So let me go through some of these campaigns with you. Campaign number 1 is a campaign that we use to generate 20-cent leads in the diet and fitness niche. You can use this campaign to build a big list. If you want to become a super affiliate in any particular niche, you can use this for list building. You can use either a publisher's existing autoresponder or your own autoresponder to absolutely explode your profits with this campaign. So this is a list building campaign, and we've used it well. If you guys have any idea about diet and fitness, you're going to know that 20-cent leads are ridiculous. They're going to typically run you $1 to $2 to $3 if you're getting them from other sources. So this campaign is strong, and it works in any niche. So I don't care what niche you're in. Just to give you an idea, anything that we do, we're in diet and fitness, we're in relationships, we're in make money. Those are the big 3. If these campaigns work in big 3, they'll also work in other niches. Other niches that we run traffic to, the survival niche, the financial niche. We're in all these kind of niches, so don't think that your niche will not work for whatever reason. Campaign number 2, this campaign generated a click-through rate of 12.67% and clicks around 7 cents each. We had about 10,000 clicks in 45 minutes. We show you how to put together basically a video campaign with copy and doodle and the whole thing for about $20. It's just ninja Facebook stuff. Facebook actually endorses this little trick, and it crushes your conversions. We're going to show you that. Campaign number 3 is going to allow you to explode your results by combining paid and viral traffic on Facebook. You will never hear me talk about viral traffic. I'm not a big fan. I'm a paid traffic guy. However, this campaign is a must-see because it combines both of them and allows you to make things happen like those 12,000 shares that I showed you earlier. If you can get your ad shared, it just reduces the cost per click. Campaign number 4, we're going to expand on the ball game campaign we showed you today, including new offers that we're running and a secret kind of micro campaign thing that we've been doing that is just exploding our ROI up to 300 to 400% a day. It's just crazy. And that also works with ClickBank offers as well. I am convinced that I can take pretty much any offer on ClickBank and scale that thing on Facebook to make $1,000 a day profit. So I'll show you how to do that. Campaign number 5 is a top secret video campaign, which is crushing it for us. This campaign's pretty good, so we like that. That's for people that end up deciding to go forward and work with us on this training. So it's a pretty good campaign. Number 6, this is a cool campaign too. We'll show you, so always do what we tell you to do and run traffic to Facebook, except when you don't want to run traffic to a fan page, and we'll show you how to redirect traffic outside of Facebook, still get a low cost per click, and have Facebook's approval to do so. So we'll show you exactly how to do that. Even though we say don't do it, we do it. Another thing that's awesome, this guy completely changed our Facebook Lives. We call him Chris X because he doesn't want us to tell his last name. Chris used to work for Facebook, and we met him. Kyle actually met him through his dentist, believe it or not. The universe works in strange ways. And so Chris worked in the ads account department at Facebook. So chances are if you had your ad account slapped at Facebook, he might be the guy that did it. because that's where accounts go to die. And so what he did for us is he told us how to stay on the straight and narrow from a Facebook perspective. So this call was priceless. I mean, Kyle and I almost gave up on Facebook 7 months ago before we met Chris, and he showed us this is exactly what Facebook likes, this is what they don't like, this is what will flag your links, this is what will flag your account, all this kind of stuff. So it's really, really good, and that call right there is worth the price of admission.